All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. Do you want to know something that will really fast track your success? And it's not even so much of a fast track, it's more of a necessity the longer and longer that I think about it. And that thing that you got to do, and by the way, this isn't the only thing you have to do. There's other things that you have to do, but without this, you'll never make it. Is that you must believe. And you probably heard me say that before. You've probably heard other people say that before, but you must believe, all right? A lot of times, we will not, actually, all the time, we will not achieve higher than our beliefs. We must believe first. And one of the great trainers out there, his name is Holton Buggs. He's an MLM trainer, but this can be taken on to any profession. He says, you know what? The most important thing is that you believe bigger, you believe faster, and you believe sooner. Because if you don't believe, you're going to self-sabotage yourself. You're going to hold back a little bit. So what's the best way to really build that faith? All right. The best way to build the faith is to look at biographies, look at stories of success. And when you look at these stories, whether the story is about, biography, like, let's take someone like George Washington Carver, who was born a slave. I mean, that's a kind of a big deal. When you're born a slave and you're not taught to read, and that guy, if you look at some of what he's done, man, he's basically fed half the world, all right, or at least half of America with North America with what he did with the peanut, all right. I'm not going to get into too much details, but I mean, if he didn't believe, man, the world would be really different by now. And whatever you want to do, you got to believe first. So look at these stories, because when you look at those stories, you're going to find out a couple things. You're going to find out that there are people that have less resources than you that still made it. There are people that have less education than you that still made it. There are people that have less talent than you that still made it. There are people that, they may be uglier than you. They may have a disability. They may have X, Y, and Z. They have all of the decks or all the cards stacked against them, but they still made it because one of the reasons, among others, but they believed. They said, you know what, I don't care. I don't care if I have the deck stacked against me. I'm going to make it anyway. I'm going to outwork everyone else, right? You probably heard, I think it was Kevin Durant said, hard work beats talent, especially when talent doesn't work very hard. You work hard enough, you believe, and you can make it. There's certain things in this world that we cannot see, but they still affect us. Things like radiation. We cannot see radiation waves, but they still affect us. We cannot see UV rays, but they'll still give us a tan. They'll still give us a sunburn. We can't even see the wind, right? But the wind can blow the roof off of our house, all right? It doesn't matter if you can see it, all right? It's all a matter of believing. And so we cannot see belief. We cannot see faith, but it will still affect us. It will still affect our entire world. And remember, faith is full on belief. If you have 1% of doubt, all you have is hope. And hope will not get you nearly as far as belief does. And so look at the stories of the people that have made it. If you're a writer, there's so many writers that just, my goodness, if they just applied themselves, they would actually make it, but they just don't believe. I mean, look at J.K. Rowling. Single mom, was barely making it, started writing this Harry Potter series, and she's one of the richest women on the planet right now, all right? Just so many different stories. If you're in MLM, there's so many stories of people that, maybe they're living in a basement somewhere and, now they're making 5 figures a month, all right? There's certain things that all you got to do is just flick that switch, and all of a sudden, you're able to prospect more. You're able to prospect more effectively. You're able to write more effectively. You're able to start writing more effectively. You're able to just perform better, be more productive. All these different things is if you just turn on that switch and you start believing. How do you turn on that switch? Look at the different stories out there. The stories, the rags to riches stories, all right? Stories are boring. If someone was born rich like Paris Hilton and she's still rich, not as exciting as someone that had nothing, or below nothing, or that was bankrupt, that lost everything, and still built themselves up besides the odds that were stacked against them. Trust you got some great value out of this. What I invite you to do is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Also, if you want to see more videos just like this, go over to my blog. It's KennySantos.com. You can put your name and email in. You're going to get an awesome audio on growing your business. And remember this, every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. We got to do 2 things. All we got to do is recognize those miracles and accept them. All right, take care and create a great day.